Hey guys, hope you're all good and well. Good this side. It's a bit rainy. Yeah. So I would love to share a summary of yesterday's event. On of what points did the participants in the discussion touched on. So one so how we opened our discussion was um, we started on asking everyone on how do they feel about the education system we have now, you know. So many people were focusing. What I liked was people were focusing in the negative and the positive side. So one point that was shared was um, the school system is is cool because the reason why now we can see that it needs to change is because of it teached us to see that it's no longer working for us, you know. Because if we didn't know or we didn't um, study it, we wouldn't even know if is it right or wrong, you know. So some touched on um, the education system doesn't prepare for us even in the foundation phase, because they said that if you fail grade one, you can't fail grade one twice. So if you fail once grade one, the next year definitely you pass without an effort, with an effort, but you'll pass. Grade two, you fail, but the next time you'll pass definitely. So that kind of a system that they use at school for kids um, that doesn't perform well, you know, it's very dangerous, because when they reach to grade 12, it where the problem starts, because they didn't I can't say they learned during all of those years, because um, the teachers or the system were pushing them to be like go out of school, you know. The system was not preparing them to be ready for the world, which is, it doesn't matter even if you passed grade 12 or you didn't pass grade 12, you know. So yeah, they say the system fails on that, because when they go to grade 12 and they will go to grade 12, then definitely fail grade 12. So if you have a certificate of grade 12, if you don't have a grade 12 certificate, for example you failed grade 12, you it's hard for you to even get a job, you know. So that's how the system they said failed. So the other point they raised was the okay, let me check here again because I wrote them down. Yeah, so the other point they gave us was we need to think about education system not in only like in schools, you know, because we learn in different ways, you know. There are people who learn they they said that there is a street education, you know, where you learn that Ekasi, you don't need to do this, Ekasi, you need to act like this, you know. There are like farming education, which is they don't, at school they don't focus a lot, but it's the most important thing, you know. There's like virus education, there's home education, you know, where parents, how your parents grow you. So it they said that it the problem with us is the education you get depends on how you use the knowledge you have, you know. So it doesn't matter if it's bad or good, because in a bad thing you can get a good thing, in a good thing you can get a bad thing. So they were like, let's not look on an education system in one thing, which is like school, academy, blah blah blah. like, because education doesn't mean only academics, but everything that is educating, you know. Yeah. So after Linda shared the methodology that we found it in the last 3 months. Then we asked them on how do they feel about the methodology. So one of the participants of the youth shared that we we need to like to like stop thinking about payment or money or anything, because that's the thing that blocks us on going forward, you know. um, that's the thing that the system of in the academics trained for us to to go to school to get a job after school, you know. So he said that let's not think about money, but let's think on how we can live together, how we can teach um, each one teach one, you know, how each one teach one can how can we apply each one teach one together, you know, because I have something that I know and I would love to share. You have something that you know that you would love to share. That doesn't like needs to have payments or everything. So he shared something like that. Then the other important thing they raised was we as Africans we need to go back on how we lived, you know, because one of the youth touched on how touched on that our families she was a girl, so our families prepare for us to be wives, to take care of the house, take care of the kettles, you know. So from that point, the other guy raised another point of let's think about of going back to Embo, which is Embo, where we come from. So let's think about going to Embo and we will know our path, because he said that we are not really aware of what we have, because he asked a question on of how much is one cow. Then one cow costs in South Africa like 15 or 20,000 one cow. So he asked if how many cows in Eastern Cape do you like when you go to Eastern Cape, do you see? There's a lot of cows, you know. How many spaces? There's a lot of space, you know. So he said that we don't need to depend on government for us to survive, you know. We need to depend on us, you know, and to create or navigate our own way of like going forward, because he said that it doesn't matter how we put it on like how to learn or anything, but the most important thing is to how to live and survive, you know. That's the goal, for example, of learning, is to how to live and survive. Yeah. So but unfortunately we 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 stolen the people. They were at another school in Philippine Village, so I came there, just invited them. So after there was a what's this kind of they were in a lunch, so that's why our conclusion was quite like messy, but yeah, the discussion was super cool, super cool. Yeah, sorry guys again for the call. But I hope this video finds you well. At least you'll get a better, or I don't know, clear understanding or a vision of what happened yesterday. Yeah. So yeah, we'll chat. Thank you, much love. And the last thing, thank you to Jasmine for inviting us to be part of the Africa Week. That thing gave us a lot of courage. It was a lot of stress, that nervousness, but it gave us a lot of courage on how we saw people really, really interested to talk about those things, because there are, I can't say there are no spaces, but there are few spaces who talk about how the school system works, who talk about the problems we face. It's always about like helping children, homeworks. It's always about only arts. It's always about sexual reproductive health. But a space for a youth to discuss about the problems. It's likely to find a space like that. So they were like, no, we need to have like maybe two sessions a month, then have to do, because and they also touched that we don't only need to talk, then do nothing, which is that's useless. It's like gossiping. But if we talk and see what we can do to reach to make what we want to do, like to do, yeah. So yeah. Thanks, guys. Much love. Away. Still at home. I don't know where to go. It's Raimi. See you. Away.